What's up, everybody? My name is Scott and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics. We're back out on the range and I'm super excited about today's video because I have some really interesting 500 Magnum ammo. Never seen ammo like this before, so I'm really excited to try it out and show it to you. Let's get started. Alright, so let me show you the ammo that we have for today's video, and it's some pretty cool stuff. I'm going to start out with this guy. This is made by Double Tap Ammo, and this is called an equalizer round. It is a 480 grain projectile. Now it looks like it's a hollow point, and it is, but there's also a solid hard cast in there. So you get energy transfer, but there's also a solid round that's going to continue on and penetrate. So pretty cool round, really curious to see what this does. Next is this big guy. This is a really big hollow point. This is a 425 grain vaporizer made by Matt's Bullets. I don't know if you can see in there. Yeah, it's focusing. It is a giant hollow point, and I am really excited to try this one out. Now, I thought the vaporizer round was the biggest hollow point for the 500 Magnum I've ever seen, but I was wrong. Matt's Bullets also makes one of these. This is the Grand Canyon round, and it is 635 grains, and it is a huge, huge hollow point. It's a lot deeper than the vaporizer, so really curious to see what this does as well to some ballistic gel, watermelons, and whatnot. And last is this little guy, and man, does it look mean. This is a 390 grain spire point made by Matt's Bullets, and I've never seen a 500 Magnum with a point on the end. It's always a flat surface. This is made for penetration. I'm really curious to see what kind of results we get out of this. I'm so sweaty! Okay, I've got all four of these rounds loaded up into my 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum with an 8 3/8 inch barrel. First, I'm just gonna take a shot at this cardboard, see where my point of aim is with each round, and then we're gonna blast some stuff. First up is the equalizer. I'm just gonna aim dead center. Wow! There's two holes down there. So, I think I was wrong. You actually have a hollow point and a hard cast. There's two rounds in there. It's not like inside one another. So you get two holes. I forgot all about that. That is awesome. All right, so next is the 425 grain vaporizer. Nice. Nice. All right, well, that didn't kick as bad as I thought it would. And we got one hole dead center, so it's hitting exactly where I'm aiming. Now for the Grand Canyon round. Wow, that kicked quite a bit, and it looks like it hits a little bit high. Whoa. Last is the 390 grain spire tip. Nice. That's pretty awesome. They all kick quite a bit and make a lot of smoke. All right, so let's look at our cardboard here. Here is where the equalizer round hit. That is just insane. Two perfect holes right here. And let's see here. That was the Grand Canyon. It was a little high, and I was aiming right here the whole time. So with the equalizer, we were a little to the left. Grand Canyon, we were a little high. And then the spire and vaporizer were here about where I was aiming. No tumbling either. Nice clean holes. Whoa. Those punched pretty big holes into those railroad ties. I mean, there's no way they'd ever make it through, but did some surface damage. Oh dear. All right, I think this table's about had it, but we are gonna squeeze one more video out of it. I'm sure you have noticed how tall the grass is. Yeah, it's because I was gone for a week and didn't get to mow it. I was traveling on some business, and you know, when I travel, I am always using different Wi-Fi networks, and it's good to use something like a VPN when you do that because you're not necessarily safe when you're using unsecure Wi-Fi networks, but a VPN helps that. I always use one when I travel, and the one I use is Private Internet Access, and they're actually the ones who are sponsoring today's video, so I want to tell you a little bit about them. So like I said, I always use a VPN when I travel, and the reason I like Private Internet Access is because they've been around for quite a while. They've been around since 2010. They have over 3,000 servers in over 49 countries, so unlimited access to those. Private Internet Access also has dedicated apps for pretty much every platform out there: Android, iOS, Windows, Mac, Amazon Fire Stick, you name it, they got it. So you can use it on your desktop or you can use it on your phone. And when I travel, I do most of my work on my phone, so that's when I use it most. I just open the app. Right now, I'm connected to a server in Washington, D.C., but if you want to change it up, maybe you want to change your country, let's pick Canada. Now I am connected to a server in Ontario, Canada. And speaking of countries outside of the United States, I know there's some of you that watch Kentucky Ballistics that are not in the United States. And I know that there are some restrictions in different countries. You can't watch certain things like Netflix or Disney Plus, but with private internet access, you can. So in conclusion, if you want some security when you're browsing the internet, watching Kentucky Ballistics videos, whether on the road or in the privacy of your home, and you're interested in a VPN, you need to check out private internet access. Make sure you use my link in the description down below. It'll get you 77% off and 3 months free. So be sure and check them out. Again, a big thank you to Private Internet Access for sponsoring today's video. Okay, so we got the water jug set up. Let's blast these things. So the far left one I'm gonna hit with the equalizer. The one in the middle is gonna get hit with the vaporizer. And then the far right, we're gonna hit with the Grand Canyon round. Let's do it. Oh. Okay, I'm really excited about this one, the vaporizer. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it actually vaporizes. Oh my goodness! That was insane! Okay, Grand Canyon round. Let's see what happens. Wow! That is some insane energy transfer. So here's our jug from the equalizer. Come over here. This one is from the Grand Canyon round. The one I'm most interested in is back here. There's so much water back here. That is from the vaporizer. Oh my goodness. You know, sadly, I got out here a little late. It's already getting dark. I mean, look what time it is.
It's watermelon time.
That was the equalizer, vaporizer. Oh my goodness! Grand Canyon. That was pretty awesome, but I think the vaporizer wins. All right, let's set up this cinder block. We'll go right here. And let's see what this 390 grain spire tip can do to it. Ooh, that's pointy. Whoa! Wow! Yeah, we jacked that thing up. Look at that. Some thick concrete, and it went through both layers. There's a piece of it right there. And that is nice and hot. All right, now let's hit a few red cabbages. Okay, up first is the equalizer. We're gonna go far left target. Whoa! There's no red cabbage left. That was the equalizer, right? Let me make sure. Oh yeah, that was. You would have thought that was the vaporizer, which anyways is up next. Middle cabbage. Whoa! And now the Grand Canyon round. That was awesome. That table was just coated purple. So now I want to shoot some ballistic gel. Sadly, I do not have a fresh block. This block has been used a few times, so take these results with a grain of salt, but this is a 10% block. This is 16 inches long, and this is made by Clear Ballistics. We're gonna get this set up, and oh, that thing is gonna fly everywhere because that table is really slick. We're gonna take a shot at this with each round, see what kind of damage we do. All right, let's see here. Luck of the draw. Let's see which round I pull out first. We have the Grand Canyon round. That's gonna be the first round we shoot. Whew. Our table is pretty much toast. Wow. That thing broke up into like a million pieces. So there you go. We hit right there. Pretty big hole. And you can see it came through the block. There's lots of little pieces right here that broke off. A few more back there. And then some pieces made it out the back of the block. Okay, let's see who we pull out next. We have the 390 grain Spire tip. Woo! Man, that cut right through that block. Looks like we hit right there. And it's kind of hard to see, but I mean, that just zipped right through that block. Looks like it actually did quite a bit of damage inside there. All right, let's see who we pull out next. Ah, the equalizer. Golly. So it looks like we hit right here. I think we may have hit in the same hole as our first round, but had quite a bit of energy transfer, and I don't really see much of anything in there. So I imagine that the solid penetrator round went completely through the block. You know, you can always tell how long I've been out here by my shirt. Look at this. It looks like I've jumped in a pool. I'm a hot mess. It is so humid out here. Okay, well, last but not least, the vaporizer should be in my pocket. Yep. I'm really curious to see what this one does. Wow. That was quite a flash. Wow. So the vaporizer did quite a bit of damage. Here's where we hit. It's that nice big hole. And you can see where that round just busted up pretty quickly in this gel block. Farewell, table. You will be missed. Okay, last I'm going to give you a side view of me shooting each round so you can see the differences in recoil. So we're going to go equalizer first, then we'll do the 390 grain Spire tip, then we will do the 425 grain vaporizer, and last we'll end with the giant 635 grain Grand Canyon. So here we go. You ready? Because I'm not ready. Should get a pretty good fireball. All right, here we go. Equalizer. Spire tip. That one kicks pretty hard, actually. All right, 425 grain vaporizer. Wow, that was quite a fireball. And last, the 635 grain Grand Canyon. That one kicks the most for sure. That's got a lot of kick. I would compare that to the 700 grain hard cast. That's pretty stout. Ooh, it is hot. Woo, that felt great. So, what did you think about today's video, and what was your favorite round? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and give it a like, and if you're not subscribed to Kentucky Ballistics, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you check me out on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and check out Kentucky Ballistics clothing. Links to all those can be found in the description down below or on my website, KentuckyBallistics.com. Again, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics, and I'll see you next time.